Sasquatches have tiny testicles. A lot of people don't realize this, but Sasquatches actually come from Saskatchewan. Yeah, see the connection? Although native to Saskatchewan, European settlers actually pushed the Sasquatch species into the boreal forest, the temperate rainforest of the Pacific Northwest, where they currently survive today. Not Sasquatch. They don't really like the extreme cold, so that's why they stayed kind of in that middle temperate region. Sasquatches or Yetis, or some call it in other parts of the world, I think they're called Yetis or abominable snowmans. Whatever you want to call them. Well, I think the Sasquatches from Canada, they have very small testicles and a little tiny wee-wee because they smoke a lot of pot, and that's coincidentally that's how they got their scientific Latin name, Cannabis Sasquatchia, is from cannabis. And the Yeti, I don't know. The Yeti is Blanco? No. Albus Blanco? Albus Abadiaya. Yeah, it's something weird like that. Extremely hard to find and capture on video or film for photography. They keep very well hidden. Researchers suggest that it has a lot to do with the tiny testicular region on the squatch himself. That's squatchers. Yeah, squatch. They call them squatch because people who go out and look for Sasquatch are called squatchers, right? And they call him, well, even though they've never seen him, mostly, they like to feel like they're on a kind of a first name nickname basis, so they call him Squatch. So the Squatchers are Squatch and Squatch, watching Squatch. Squatchers watch Squatch. Squatch. Say that 5 times fast. Squatchers watch Squatch. One Squatcher allegedly had said that he actually saw Squatch popping a squat while he was squatching him. What other facts do I know about Sasquatch? Well, the largest Sasquatch ever measured stood 9 foot 4 inches tall. 600 pounds. They didn't find this out until very recently, but the Sasquatch's hair on top is very horse manish, very prone to getting matted and tangled and dingleberries on it. But the skin underneath areas in the tenders, even the armpits, but around the butthole and the frontal region where the reproductive organs are, is actually like as soft as a piglet's vulva underneath there. It's just very, either way, you stroke it this way or that way, it just remains smooth. Yeah, Sasquatches are really closely related to humans. So, as you would guess, infants in Sasquatches, much like in infants, within reason, baby human infants, Homo sapiens, that kind of human. But, so they're born hairless, mostly blind, toothless, just like humans, they're really unable to defend themselves or forage for food. The only real difference is they can run like a motherfucker. I mean, right out of the gate. I mean, that thing hits the ground, and that's, I mean, it really presents quite a bit of danger to the baby Sasquatch. They're, well, just think of that like on the adults, but the baby's entire body is like a piglet's vulva. And there's a lot of spines, thorns, and pickers. Sasquatch's main diet consists of blueberry muffins, pretty much exclusively. You can look it up, do a little Google search. There was a lady in Michigan for years who were feeding 10, 20 Sasquatches in her backyard, right outside of town. She had some secret blueberry muffin recipe that mating, interspecies, or just inside. Okay, so Sasquatches, they do mate. Very little consent in the Sasquatch mating rituals, and the funny thing is, it's the male usually that doesn't consent. The flashlights, they're scared of flashlights. What is Squatch twat? Squatch twat is very similar to what humans get called swamp ass, from being out in the hot, steamy weather too long without access to proper hygiene efforts. Ironically, Squatch twat can develop very rapidly in both the male and female species. Sasquatches are frequent masturbators, feverish, vigorous masturbators. They also copulate 3 times a day. Highly sexual animals, really. It's quite beautiful to see in person. Sasquatches very rarely get any cases of crotch critters. They split from humans and Neanderthals about 30 million years ago, and kind of ironically, the Neanderthals got the Neanderthal name and Sasquatch didn't, even though Neanderthals historically were shorter than even humans. And Neanderthals, excuse me, I don't want to mislead you, Sasquatchians are quite taller than humans. Like if you put a human and a Neanderthal and you stacked them on top of each other, it would probably be equivalent to one adult male Sasquatch. Researchers and enthusiasts often concentrate their studies and exploring in about a 250 square kilometer area located just right along the border of the United States and Canada, which popular culture will lead you to believe it's farther south. The mating calls of a male Sasquatch are very, very short, guttural, quick air movements, almost monkey-like. Female. Now the female is a little more coordinated. It's a little more highly coordinated in her approach to her mating call when she's in heat. It's a higher pitched, more of a long drawn out to lure the male in, and it's more. Sasquatches are expert tree climbers. Sasquatch species lack booger membranes. One Sasquatch hair has the tensile strength equivalent to a 3/16 inch braided steel cable. A sad fact about maritime Sasquatches is they love fishing line, monofilament, anything. They love to play with it, and they're not very good at knot making or untying knots, so what the young males actually end up inadvertently doing is self-castrating, much like we would a sheep with a band-aid. Banana. Rubber band. Area about the size of the diameter of a baseball on the Sasquatch anus is devoid of hair. Sasquatches are immune to coronavirus, and it smells like Ritz crackers in here.